Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the total market cap of crypto and doing a bit of a technical analysis review on the chart and what I think is going to happen in the near future. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor by any means. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, jumping in, we are on the daily chart. We're going to take a look at several charts here. Starting off with the daily, obviously, we do have the Fibonacci retracement set from the swing high in May all the way down to the swing low June 23rd. And since June, we did have, actually since July, we did have this support trend line created over here, July 19th, another bounce over here at the end of September. And now we have another bounce here at, in November. And I did set this trend line way back, like a couple of weeks ago, and I think I shared this on Twitter or in the Discord server, which I do recommend you check out because a lot of TAs going on in there, and you can go in and share your own technical analysis, or you can request technical analysis and people will respond, either I or someone else from the chat or our moderator. So looking at what's happening right now, you can see that we're coming back to this trend line. Basically, we did wick a bit down, below the trend line, but we can really ignore that. That really doesn't matter. We pretty much held the 55 EMA. Right now, we are above it. And as you can see, the gap between the EMAs, between the 55 and the 20 EMA was rather large. And we wanted to come back and create this sort of, picture over here. So here you can see the 20 EMA went back down in a matter of days. And then we had that squeeze and we went all the way up. And the 55 EMA was catching up ever since. So we want this to happen. Everybody's going to think we're getting the bearish cross, and we want to come back up, consolidate, let the EMAs catch up. The 20 EMA springs off, and the 55 EMA is going to start catching up. And this is where we see our parabolic rise towards the end of the year, towards January potentially. Nobody knows. Now, I will admit what I was thinking is we were going to get to the 1.272 at $3.2 trillion, and that's where we would see, the massive pullback all the way down to the 20 EMA, because, there wasn't an indication really of a pullback except for the gap between the EMAs. And I was looking for an overextension of the price action itself from the 20 EMA, and that really, like something like this potentially, and that really could give you, an idea of, sooner rather than later you're going to have a pullback. But here we were sitting rather, close to the 20 EMA where we're hugging it as support. So really no indication that we were going to get a pullback, but I was warning you guys that we were printing a bearish divergence on Bitcoin, and potentially in the next couple of days we may see a pullback, and that's what happened. So hopefully you are ready with some stable coins, and we can remove that for now. So hopefully we can keep this trend line as support and start climbing back up, let the EMAs catch up, and we will be on our way all the way to the 1.272 at $3.2 trillion. And I think, that would be very good for the entire crypto market. And I think once we start getting to the 1.272, that's when we start really going parabolic, and that's when we're going to smash through the 1.414, smash through the 1.618, which is sitting at $4.29 trillion. And I think our final stop is going to be over here at $5.8 trillion. I know a lot of people are thinking $11 trillion. I know a lot of people are thinking, $10 trillion for the crypto market cap, but I do think that's a bit far-fetched. I would agree with that only if we were in overextended bull market. And right now you can consider this a bit of an overextended bull market, so a double top kind of bull market, and we're heading for our second peak. We've broken above the previous swing high, and now we're testing it as support, which is great, to be honest with you. Technically doing everything we need, break out of resistance, back test as support. So like I said, what I'm looking at is the peak with the last kind of blow off top happening all the way towards the second fib level. We may even not get to the second fib level, just, go beneath it. And that's when we see the pullback. And I do expect a pullback. We're going to get it either in December or either in January. I don't think we're going to get any more pullbacks in November. I think we're going to flip to bullish relatively soon in November. So guys, hopefully you're stacking up your altcoins and, Bitcoin for those of you who want to hold Bitcoin as well. But like I said, the 1.618 is when I would start, taking profits. It depends on what the price of Bitcoin is going to be. But by that point, I'm not going to do any calculations right now. But I did think that we would have this sort of pullback when we get to 70K per Bitcoin, $72,000 per Bitcoin. We got it a bit earlier, and people in the Telegram chat and in the Discord server were saying that, they were expecting to have a pullback on Bitcoin once we get to $66,000. And that did play out, so props to them. But, like I said, yeah, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. Beautiful uptrend, bouncing off the 55 EMA, holding support, and now we're going to be on our way to the 1.272, to the 1.414 over here. And we do have the 1.618. So, I think by the time we get to the second fib level or even cross the 1.618, we're going to be in extreme greed territory, and projects are going to be flying. That's why you should have your targets regardless of what the price will do. So if you want to sell Solana at $500 and it gets to $500 and you think to yourself, well, it may get to $550, you would hold your Solana and not sell. That would be a mistake, not because, well, it would be a mistake because you're, basically moving away from your plan, right? You're deviating from your plan, and you do not want to do that because, in my experience, once I started deviating from my plans or changing my plans and strategies midway through, it all went to shit, basically, and just not something you want to do. So have your targets up, sell when you want to sell when you said you'd sell, right? Now, jumping into the RSI. So we do have these two levels over here above us, as you can see. So as you can see, these two rectangles are for the weekly and the monthly chart. Now, over here, as you can see, we do have these three peaks over here, one in August of 2020, one in June 2021, one in February, actually no, in January 2021, February 2021, and in April we were making, constant lower lows. And these are the levels that you want to be looking at for the daily chart, right? So if you're on the daily chart, 90 on the index is extreme greed, and that's when you want to be taking profits. Speaking of, taking profits, you could look at a lower level on the fib because you never know when you're going to get on the RSI. I do apologize, because you never know when you're going to get a pullback. So 85 as well is a nice level that you want to be looking at. So like I said, right now, low, higher low, higher low. So you're making higher lows. And once you get to this area, this is when you want to sit in front of your computer basically and wait for these levels to be met. Once you see that met, regardless of your targets, even for your altcoins or for Bitcoin, you can start taking profits, because it doesn't matter what your targets are if the market is going to correct. You know what I mean? You can be sitting all day in front of your screen waiting for Solana to hit $700, but it's just not going to do that because the Bitcoin chart, the total market cap chart is showing you that you're going to correct, and you don't listen to the chart, and you end up, losing all your money. Well, not losing, but, going down with the market. And my goal here is to help you guys keep your profits in order to buy back in the next pullback that we're going to get. So 85 and 90 on the daily RSI is what I'm looking at. Now, jumping into the weekly chart. Now, ignore the white, trend lines. Those are for the daily chart that we just drew. So if you look at the weekly chart over here and you really zoom in, so you can see that here in December of 2017, you were sitting at 95 on the index, and this was December 2017. Here, you had a similar peak in December of 2020, as you can see, or January 2021. Then you had a lower high. I would guess that was a bearish divergence, and you were executing a pullback basically. So you got to this zone. So anywhere from 93 all the way to 94 on the weekly chart is when you want to be taking profits. But to be truthful, I would look to take profits a bit earlier, maybe when we get to the index of 90, 91 on the RSI on the weekly chart. So that's just my opinion. We were getting a bit overheated over here at the beginning of November. Hope, as you can see, we're having a pullback, which is great. It's great to see a pullback, guys. And, once you start getting overextended, you have to stay calm. You have to adhere to your game plan. And finally, jumping into the monthly chart. So you can see that here we had a peak in July of 2017 or August, and another peak in December. And those were sitting at the index of 96 and 98 pretty much on the RSI on the monthly chart. And we got to this level in April, which was on the index of 93 on the RSI. So you got to 93 on the RSI, you went back down, and on the monthly chart, as you can see, what we're doing is we're still in the overbought, guys, on the monthly chart on the total crypto market cap. So essentially what is going to happen is we're coming back here on the monthly chart after we perform this, right? So right now we're sitting somewhere in here. So this is basically where we at right now. We're waiting for that skyrocket move. Then you're going to have the pullback, and you're entering this consolidation phase with another move towards the upside in the next, year and a half or something. But this is what you're looking at. And people are saying that we're going to enter a super cycle and whatnot. I just don't see how that's possible if you're expecting a parabolic rise in December. So what do you expect the RSI to do and the price action? So you want us to make a higher high. You want us to come to the overextended over here, have a little pullback, and then keep on going. That's just not how the market works, guys. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but we are going to have a correction. We are going to have a bear market, call it whatever you want, a correction, a pullback. We're going to have that because you see where we're sitting at. Look at this. We're overextended already on the monthly chart on the RSI. So you're coming down to create this consolidation phase on the monthly chart, regardless whether you like it or not. That is going to happen. So, do with it what you want, sell, don't sell. What I would ask you is stop, shaming people for trying to take profits because, everybody's got their own financial situations. If you feel fine letting your crypto ride through the bear winter, through the pullbacks, it's fine. It's great that you have that luxury. Not all people have that luxury. Some people need to take profits. Some people need the money, to pay off their mortgage or whatever it is. So yeah, let's stay positive in the space. Let's help each other grow. Let's help each other in general. And like I said, on the monthly chart, let's be looking at these levels over here, guys. I'm going to point them out over here on the RSI. So 96 and all the way up to 100. That would be extreme greed. Once maybe we're not even going to get there on the monthly chart, to be honest with you. I don't know, but those would be your points where you would think that, hey, this has been a fun ride. I have to take profits at this time. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If I, missed out anything that you wanted to add, leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to read all of your comments. I do try to answer pretty much all the comments that I get. And yeah, thank you for watching. Check me out on Twitter. Do join the Telegram chat, the Discord server, and make sure to check out the HaZeeq Crypto Club. We do have multiple tiers there with different benefits that will help you make money in the long term while you can think of it as buying a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee, you get useful information, low cap gem calls, you get all the cryptos that I'm buying, all the cryptos that I'm selling, and all that good stuff. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.